I've had love for women, but I'm never gonna fall in love with a woman, because when you fall in love with a woman, what happens is you start to lose grounding and you start to lose that rational thought. A lot of the stupid things that men do is because of love.
Have you ever been in love?
With a girl?
Yeah.
Not really, no.
It's basically, I had 3 girls in one night. It sounds crazy, guys, but there's a whole other world outside of the regular dating circle.
But are you loyal?
Let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing. I can be head over heels in love with a woman, ready to die for her, ready to take a bullet for her, protect her, give her all the money in the world, make sure she has a beautiful family, a nice big house, all of it. And I'll still f that bitch. Watch me.
Modern society tells you that sleeping with 100 women makes you a king. But they are lying. It makes you a slave. These men call themselves alpha or kings, but in reality, they are the weakest because they are afraid of the important things in life, like commitment. And I'm going to prove this to you by showing you why John Wick, Leonidas from 300, and Maximus from Gladiator are actually the most dangerous men ever. And it has nothing to do with their fighting skills. But before I show you the good example, I first want to show you a bad one, and I have found the perfect one from a video game I played recently. Don't record your videos outside, because without the sunglasses, I literally look like this right now. But anyway, a few days ago, I replayed Resident Evil 6. And during the first mission, I saw something that made me realize I had to make this video. In the first mission, there is a guy and his girlfriend trying to survive in a zombie-infested town. And this guy is such a dick, it's actually crazy. So if you saw this title, why men who don't sleep around are more dangerous, and you were wondering, is it just mentally dangerous or physically too? It's actually both, and it makes you way more physically dangerous. So we are going to talk about that first before we move into the deeper stuff. First, there is a scene where zombies are attacking them and the girl is screaming, "Don't leave me!" But he tells her, "I don't need you slowing me down." Then later, in a gun shop, a zombie grabs hold of his girlfriend and she screams for him to save her. But he doesn't. Instead, a cop who is also in there saves her. And the boyfriend literally says, "This is no time for heroic shit."
Take my hand! Are you okay? What, are you crazy? Spare the heroics! You're slowing us down anyway!
And our female player literally tells him, "What is wrong with you? She's your girlfriend, isn't she?" But he would have let her die.
What's the matter with you? She's your girlfriend, isn't she?
And then the worst moment is when the guy decides he's had enough and wants to leave the gun shop. His gun jams, and in a store full of guns, he takes the gun from his girlfriend and he tells her, "Give me your gun."
Shit, my gun's jammed! Give me your gun! Yeah, you idiots can fight it out if you want. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Even though he's surrounded by guns, he takes hers. That's how big of a dick he is. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because this guy has no protective instincts. He would have let his girlfriend die anytime just to save himself. While we, as the player, work hard to protect and save everyone we can in town. But why would he do that? Because he doesn't care. And the reason he doesn't care is because he knows the girl is replaceable. He knows he can get any other girl he wants. Do you see the point? If you agree with what I've said so far, then like the video. And if you disagree, that's fine too. Keep watching and make up your own mind. So, here is something most men don't understand. A man protecting himself fights at about 60%. But a man protecting his wife and children fights at 200%. And that is not just physically, but mentally too. Physically, this would mean that if a lion attacked you, you would probably run away. But if a lion attacked your wife and kids, you would jump on that motherfucker and beat it and beat it and beat it and beat it until you kill it, regardless of what he does to you. That's the physical difference. That's why John Wick became the most dangerous assassin alive. Not when he was working for the mafia, but when someone killed his dog, the last gift from his dead wife. That's when he fought at 200%. That's when nobody could stop him. That's why Maximus became unstoppable in the arena. Not because he was the best fighter, but because he was fighting to avenge his murdered wife and son. He had something worth dying for. That's why King Leonidas of Sparta and the 300 held off hundreds of thousands. Not because they were the strongest warriors, but because they were protecting their wives, their children, their homes.
So start with this, because the card doesn't count. I love you, John.
My queen! My wife. My love.
These characters have something worth fighting for, something worth dying for, and that's why nobody can beat them. You think they gave a fuck about sleeping with as many girls as possible? These men had real families. That guy in Resident Evil only fought for himself. That's why he was weak. That's why he met a gruesome end, because he didn't have anything worth fighting for. He saw his girlfriend as nothing. While we survived, protecting as many people as we could, because we were physically stronger to get it done. We cared more about random people than he cared about his girlfriend. That's where the dangerous physical strength that has the power to destroy the world comes from having something worth protecting. And that's why guys who sleep around are weak, because they have no need to protect the women in their lives, because they can just replace them anytime, and they know this. But you will get married, you will have an amazing and beautiful family, and you will do everything in your power to protect them. And this also makes you more dangerous mentally. A few months before my wedding, my wife lost her job, and it was the time when we needed money the most to prepare everything for our wedding. We refused to ask our parents for help because we knew both our families were already in debt. So, do you know what I did? I started working 4 jobs at the same time. My main job is in the military. I work guard duties, 7 days on duty, 14 days off. Then I got another full-time job working at a restaurant. The third job was working as a waiter at weddings and events. So when I had a wedding at night, I would take the first shift in the restaurant that starts at 8 p.m. till 4... Excuse me, that starts at 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Then I would go home, shower, eat, and have to be at the second job at 6 p.m. And sometimes I would stay there until 5 a.m. and then repeat. And my fourth job was programming. I had a few smaller clients that I could get something done by myself, but I also had to make sure I finished all of that on time and as best as I could. Do you think I would be willing to do any of that just for myself? Hell no! We don't care about ourselves nearly as much as we care for our wife and kids. Do you know how many people are actually intimidated by what I was doing? I was once working a second shift in the restaurant until midnight, and immediately after it was over, I drove to the wedding hall and worked until 5 a.m. And guys in the restaurant told me, "What's the hurry, man?" Because they were taking forever to finish. And I told them I had to go to a wedding. And they looked at me like I was a freak and told me I was crazy. But they were actually scared of me in that moment, because they saw such a dangerous man in front of them who refuses to back down even for a second. We were all tired from work, but they only wanted to go home and sleep. But I went straight to my third job. Think about how you would feel if you saw a guy doing that. Yes, you would think he's crazy, but you would actually be afraid of that crazy, because if he can do that, what else can he do? That's the 60% versus the 200%. Now, let's talk about the deeper stuff. Guys who sleep around are weak because they are afraid of important things like commitment, and that fear controls them. They operate on ego, insecurity, and the constant need to prove something. They are slaves to validation. Any girl who knows what she is doing can manipulate them easily. When you choose one woman, you can't be controlled. You have nothing to prove. You can't be manipulated, and that makes you dangerous. Just look at Charlie Harper from 2.5 Men. The guy has it all. He's rich, good looking, beach house, but he chooses to sleep around. And notice how many times girls use him and he jumps like a little bunny trying to get them anything they want. But if he chose to get married seriously, stop drinking, stop sleeping around, imagine the life he could have had. Rich, good looking, beach house, beautiful wife and kids. Now, let me be clear about the difference between every other dating coach and me. First, I'm not even a dating coach. I focus way more on the important aspects young guys need to fix in their lives. Second, they tell you to get rich, get jacked, and sleep with a tons of women. But I tell you, get rich, get jacked, and then choose a woman who you will marry and have a family with. Because once you do become attractive, that is when this decision gives you real power. Choosing to marry one woman when you could have 10 of them, that's true strength. And sleeping around when you finally can, that's what little boys do. And here is something that makes you even more dangerous. While other guys waste their time, their energy, juggling multiple girls, you are building an empire. They have to meet new girls, text them, take them on dates, juggle them so perfectly so they don't mess it up. That's hours every single day wasted on bullshit. But you work on your business all day, you build your wealth, you get stronger, and then you come home and you sleep with your wife. Plus, a good husband gets laid way more than a player, and the sex is 10 times better because both of you know exactly what you like. You are not wasting time explaining shit to new girls over and over again. So while they are playing games, you are getting richer, stronger, and more powerful. And let's be honest about the respect you get from other people. A man who is known to chase women constantly is never taken seriously. But a man with a good family is respected by everyone. Because in this day and age, loyalty is rare and cheating is common. So when you are the man who chose one woman and build a real healthy marriage, people simply look at you differently. That's what makes you even more dangerous. In this broken day and age, you stand above everyone else, and you know it. So, if you want to become that man, the man who is physically and mentally stronger than everyone around him, a man who can solve all the problems in his life, who can find happiness, who can find a girlfriend he will marry one day, then read my book. Now, before I tell you what to do next, if you agree with the message of this video, then please share it to as many people as possible. And if you want to watch more videos like this, then subscribe. Also, YouTube is kinda messed up right now, so nobody sees the videos from people they are subscribed to. So click that notification bell as well. And read the pinned comment I left on this video. So remember, having a family will make you 10 times stronger than the guy who sleeps around with 100 women.